that's one less hurdle that they got to worry about now that they on the same platform. It's not so much okay who platform this fight is going to be on. So when you can eliminate a hurdle, it makes it that much easier for these fights to get made. Now it just comes down to who's the A side and the money split. You eliminate that hurdle of what platform this fight is going to be on, because we all know when you with a promotional company and you on a different platform, that promotion company want their fighters to fight on their platform. So when you eliminate that, now it comes down to okay, where's the location going to be at, and how much is the split is going to be between the fighters. You eliminate that hurdle. So I think it's a good move for Top Rank. I think it's a good move for the zone because the zone needs Matchroom and the Golden Boy cards. But let's be honest, majority of the top fighters are over on PBC and Top Rank. Matchroom is building up their stable. They added Jerron Bucenis, they added Shakur Stevenson. So they building up their stable, but you still have the premier fighters that people want to see is on Top Rank and PBC. Golden Boy, they pretty much only got one guy, and that's Virgil and
Let
Williams
me
Zapata. They have a couple.
and Ryan.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you, and what's going on, Vay? Appreciate you pulling up, Vay. You see, we building. Thank you for the support always. Who do you see right now, based on the rosters, the promoters, the promotional rosters for you? Who do you see as the top one right now? Just as far as the roster, maybe if you could see maybe like their top five
The
or top
top
10 guys.
roster.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's between Top Rank supposed to be coming back over there on PBC. You got Tank, you got David Benavidez, you got Sebastian Frendora, Earl's supposed to be coming back. You got Earl Spence, uh, Jamel if he actually comes back. You got Jamel, you got Jamal. So they still have those guys that a lot of people like to see. Top rank, they got Adula Mason, who's a new champion now. You got Xander Zayas, he's a unified champion. You got Keyshawn Davis. You got Monster Inouye. So they got a lot of young guys that's coming up. So I would say it's between Top Rank and PBC. Like I said, Golden Boy, they got two stars that people like to see. Matchroom is trying to grow their stable, but it still comes down to Top Rank and PBC as the two premier platforms or promotional companies, I should say.
Absolutely. Yeah, and now the on with the I think I do like the matchroom roster right now based on them having Boot, Shakur, Bam. They do have, and of course, they got Callum Smith, who's coming up to fight David Morrell. So they got a definitely a lot of names right now, and I know I'm omitting a lot, right? As far as Queensberry, they have a talented heavyweight roster, right? And, it's a lot. They got a lot of UK fighters. They got
Yeah.
Yadi Herrera as well, no baby, who's the interim at 135. So it's boxing is in a good place right now. Now with top rank boxing, I don't know if you saw the graphic free of who top rank has kind of like as their flagship fighters moving into the future. And the main ones is Abdullah, Xander, and Keyshawn Davis. Now, what's your take on those three fighters? Do you feel like they can carry Top Ring as a brand, or do you see somebody else maybe that they need to sign, or maybe you think Scooter Davis might be the future? Break that down, free, based on
I mean,
Top
yeah,
Ring kind of positioning Abdullah and Xander and Keyshawn.
yeah. I mean, like I just literally just pulled up top ranked fighters. The first person you see is Xander Zayas, then it's Keyshawn Davis, Adula Mason. Emiliano Vargas, Shushu, um, Sammy I cannot pronounce his last name. They do got Scooter Davis. Top Rank got Scooter Davis. Um,
Yep.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Top Rank had Scooter Davis. Yeah, so
Yeah.
those are the upcoming guys right now. Those are the future of boxing because all of those guys are 26 or younger. Because I think Shushu might be 27. Shushu might be 27, but all of those guys are still in their mid to early 20s. So those are the upcoming stars. If I say somebody that they should try to get that I see that's out there, I like the guy, the body snatcher that's with Pro Box. I like him. I think one of these top promoters need to get him. I forgot. I cannot remember his name right now. I just know him as the body snatcher, and he's from DC. I cannot think of his name right now.
Is that
But
they
he
call
fights
Ben
with Pro
Johnson?
Box.
Ben Johnson? I think it's Ben Johnson. Maybe.
Is that John? He fights at 147. I know he fights at 147. He's been on a couple of pro box cards late last year. He fought on the under the Lamont Roach promotion. That was the first time that I seen him. Lamont Roach had put on a fight right there at Merlin Live, and it was a lot of guys from DC, and he was on there. But I think they should get him, or at least one of these top promoters need to get him because I think he's going to be a star in the future. I'm trying to think who else is out. Oh, Keith Cologne, who's looking for a promotional company. Um, you got Ofacio, who's looking for a promotional company. Um, so it's some guys out there that's looking for a promotional company that's up and coming that a lot of people haven't been paying attention to because they're not behind a big promotional company, or I should say a big promotional company is not behind them, but they are fighting on those promotional company cards. Like Keith Cologne, he's fought on top rank cards before. I believe he's fought on Danny Garcia promotional company card, and I'm trying to think. I think it's somebody else promotional company he fought under as well. But I know he fought on top rank a couple of times. So there's some young guys out there that I think either top rank, Matchroom, PBC, or Golden Boy can possibly get if they looking for some new fresh stars that's in the making.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe it is Ben
What is this
Johnson.
guy name?
Ben Johnson with 7-0, 7 KOs free. Um, I don't. It didn't show him listed, but maybe it's somebody else. Um, man, CJ Rich, salute, bro. Appreciate you pulling up on us. We simulcast, or I guess we'll do it. Call it a dual stream on D3 Sports and B3 Picks TV. We definitely building. Make sure y'all tap the like button and follow both channels. Help our channels grow. And support if you can. Bless the super chat if you can. The super thanks, the PayPal, anything like that is all greatly appreciated. We grassroots, so we building from the ground up, and we need that support on a regular. So we definitely appreciate you. Join the membership. We doing giveaways every month. So this will be the first month, April 1st. I
It's
update.
not. It's not Ben Johnson. It's not Ben Johnson. I know Dub Rice. I know who he is because Dub Rice I like him too. But no, it's not
Mm,
Ben Johnson. I'm looking at Ben Johnson now. It's not him.
okay,
I'm gonna figure out who it is. I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna figure out who it is. But I know he's fought on the Pro Box.
got you. I got you. And so yeah, so we got it's an exciting time right now. We have a lot of activity now. Top Rank is signing with the Zone. That kind of makes a lot of the fights I would deem to kind of be easy to be made between Matchroom and Top Rank. I mean, we'll see how everything plays out. There are reports that Jared Anderson is going to be signing a co-promotional agreement with Queensberry Promotions. So he'll get so I'm pretty sure that means that he'll be fighting some of the UK heavyweights, some of the Frank Warden heavyweights. Maybe he'll get a Joe Joyce, somebody like that. Maybe not his first fight back, right? But eventually. So we'll see what Queensberry and Top Rank have in store
Right.
for Big Baby Anderson. Go ahead, Free. Would you?
What's going on, CJ? No, I was just saying what's up to the people in the chat.
So, what's your thoughts on this Xander versus Boots matchup? Free, like that'll be a like a kind of like a co-promotional type of situation, possibly where both of the promoters probably have a stake in a fight, and they may even look to do a 5v5, make it a big event, maybe even a ring event. Do you foresee that fight happening, or do you feel like it's going to be a lot of kind of hurdles to get that matchup over the line?
Actually, it makes it that much easier for the fight to happen now that Top Rank is with the zone. It makes it that much easier because it's not a matter of co-promotion because it's going to be a co-promotion because Bob Erm is the promoter of Xander and Eddie Hearn is the promoter of Jerron Bucenis. So it's going to be a co-promotion. It would have been a matter of where the fight is going to be shown at. Would it be on the zone or would it be quote unquote under Tubi? Because remember, Top Rank was putting a few of their fights on Tubi at the beginning of the year. Now that Top Rank is with the zone, it makes it that much easier for the fight to happen. Now it comes down to where's the location, not so much of who's going to be, what platform is it going to be on. It's the location because we know Xander Zayas wanted to have his fight in Puerto Rico, but if he's getting a fight with Jerron Bucenis, Jerron is probably not going to go to Puerto Rico to fight Xander Zayas, and I think Xander Zayas will concede to fighting in the states, being though that this is the biggest name fighter that Xander Zayas has been in the ring with. So, like I said, I think it makes it that much easier for that fight to happen, though.
100%. And I'm looking at it now. Now they also have that Abdullah Mason versus Joe Cordina. So a lot of fights is kind of laying themselves out for this 5v5. Talk about that matchup, free Abdullah Mason versus Joe Cordina. Do you feel like that's a tough fight for Abdullah or one he can kind of, navigate and win comfortably? Bureau sir, what's happening?
I fought a couple of months ago, and he looked good at 135. Um, but I don't think he's a tougher opponent than Sam Notes was for Abdullah Mason. I think Abdullah Mason still wins this fight, and I think he wins it fairly easy because Joe Cordina is more of a mid-range or a distant fighter. Well, fighting at mid-range or a distant fighter, well, fighting at mid-range or a distance, that's fighting to what Abdullah Mason likes. The better defensive fighter. I think Abdullah Mason have more power than Joe Cordina. So I don't think Joe Cordina really have a chance to come in on an off night. Other than that, if Abdullah Mason comes in and he's the Abdullah Mason that we used to seeing, I don't think Joe Cordina wins this fight. I think Abdullah Mason wins this fight easy, and he possibly stops Joe Cordina. We've seen Joe Cordina get stopped before, and I think the guy that stopped Joe Cordina in that fight is nowhere near the puncher of Abdullah Mason or uh, um the the arsenal that Abdullah Mason has. I don't think they're two different levels of fighters. So I don't really see Joe Cordina having an avenue to a victory.
Yeah, and shout out to Vay. I appreciate you. Support both channels for sure. Hit the like button if you can. Hit the follow. Bless the channels. Help the channels grow. That's what we need. Now, okay, so that's two fights down. Um, Let me think of another matchup. Somebody that needs a fight.
At
I like.
140. I like Emiliano Vargas. I like Emiliano Vargas versus I want to say somebody one of the UK fighters. I'm not going to say Africa because I don't
Mhm.
know if Africa even takes that fight. But I
The
like
one
I
four
like
fight.
one of those UK fighters versus Emiliano Vargas at 140. Another good fight.
Maybe like somebody that's up and coming from the UK. Let me look at Matchroom. I need
Yeah,
to
to
pull
get
up the Matchroom roster.
yeah to
So that
get
way
give
you can get them acclimated
Emiliano
when they get
Vargas
some shout out
a
to Dead
test.
Sea. Right. 1000%. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna look at the super lightweights. Okay.
Nah, I don't think Keyshawn chumped Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason said he told him, he said, I'm right here. When you get past your fight, I get past my fight, and we can set up that fight. Abdullah Mason's he ain't back down from Keyshawn. But we know after that whole altercation or that whole exchange of words on the platform and Keyshawn missed weight, Keyshawn plan was to go to 140. He never planned to fight Abdullah Mason. His plan was to go to 140.
Is Cambosis, is that too big of a name for Emily? Oh, he said he want a former champ. Shout out to Dr. Cam. So that might be the fight. I see Cambosis right here. You think that's a good fight for
No, I think
Emiliano though?
that I think that's a great fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Shout out
that's
to Dr.
what's
Cam.
going on, Cam?
Appreciate
That's a
you.
great fight for Emiliano Vargas. That that put his name on the map fighting against Cambosis because I mean Cambosis is known for beating Tio. He's been in the ring with Devin. He's been in the ring with Loma. He's been in the ring with Africa. Why not get in the ring with an upcoming guy like Emiliano Vargas? That will put Emiliano Vargas name on the map as one of these contenders now. No longer would they look at him as a prospect; they look at him as a contender now. So I like that fight for Emiliano Vargas.
Now, the only other person I could kind of see on the Matchroom side of things was Ernesto Tito Mercado. Now, I didn't see any really Matchroom 140s right now. I'm sure they could find somebody, right? But just the hypotheticals. What's your take on Tito Mercado? Free? Are you impressed with him? You know, he had that stoppage over Pedraza and a few other good fights. And what do you think about a fight between Ernesto and Emiliano?
Um, that's a good fight. You got two upcoming prospects. Because Makino is not a contender right now. Emiliano Vargas is not a contender right now. They're still in that prospect stage. Um, so I mean that's a good fight. If you really want to see where Makito is at and you want to see where Emiliano Vargas is at, that's a good fight because one of those guys is going to lose, but it's also is going to push the other guy to out of being a prospect to being a contender.
1000%. I appreciate you, Dr. Cam. Hey, we definitely growing the channel. We've been working. It's been a grind. 11 months in, our year anniversary will be April 15th. Um, from us producing content on the channel. So I'm thankful. I'm extremely blessed and thankful, man. And shout out to the lovely doctor. That's what I'm talking about, putting color in the chat. I asked God, I said, I want genuine people around me that want to see me do well. And we've had color in the chat every day since we our monetization 3 weeks back, going on, we haven't completed 3 weeks, but 2.5 weeks. So I'm thankful. Appreciate you, combos with Cam. Make sure y'all follow Cam too. Beautiful lady, great conversation. You can definitely find peace and understanding about life and mental health and different things that we go with as humans. So and good people. So Cam says, salute to both of you. Peace and blessings to you always. Thank you for that. And thank you for that encouragement and that love today. That's what I'm talking about, man. Teamwork made the dream work. We're gonna keep building. Shout out to pugilism in here. We definitely growing. All right, so maybe we'll get so out. We done set up our three fights on our 5v5. We got right now the main event, Xander versus Boots. Um co-main